Maybe there's a stake in there. We could drive it right through her heart.
Will you welcome star of stage, screen, and the forthcoming BBC sitcom inevitably called Bottom? Who else could it be? Rik Mayall. I haven't got the foggiest idea what you were doing in the fridge.
Sorry, I kicked the mic.
You can put your feet up on the table.
Can I?
Like. Yes, of course.
Thanks, Terry. You look fab tonight.
You normally are.
No, you actually missed the best bit from that clip was.
That's the story of my life. I always miss the best bit.
Miss the best bit, yeah. Not tonight, baby.
True.
Yeah, the best bit in that clip is just afterwards, when I'm pulling my head out the fridge and it finally goes and all comes out and it's big and flat and wide like that, and it took about you out. Took about 12 hours of prosthetic makeup, and
I must say, Fred looked a bit like Rik, didn't he?
he's kind of similar, yeah. Yeah. Rik was very childish, and Fred is as well.
But he's imaginary.
Yes, so I get to do lots of things that you can't normally do, because there was a scene in the a ladies' toilet that got us banned from a from an art gallery. They said we had the script, and they said the art gallery are very snobby, and they said, are you sure this is a nice art film? And we said, yeah, sure, because they're quite snobby Americans, and we said, yeah, sure, come and have a look. So they sneaked in. It was one of the scenes where I was looking up this girl's dress and pulling, pulling this guy was wearing a toga at a wine gala, and I pulled this thing off, and all his clothes came off, and his willy came out, and. And they went rushing to the head of the gallery and said, this is not possible, they cannot be making this here, this is not an art movie. And they said, we have to speak to these people, where are they? And they said, they're shooting another scene downstairs. So they rushed downstairs, and we were in this lady's toilet, and I was going, ugh, look at her bottom, look at all the poo in the toilet. So I got banned from the art gallery.
But glad to be back. You couldn't live over there, could you?
I don't think so, no. Yeah. Nice to visit, good fun.
Anyway, you're very mature now. You're a married man with 2 children, and grown up, all of that.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I've done it twice. Yeah.
Yes. So.
I have. Rub tummy buttons. That's how you do it, isn't it?
So much so that you have made a new series with your friend Ade Edmondson called Bottom. Actually, we, if I remember, saw quite a lot of yours in The Young Ones.
You saw my bottom?
I did.
In The Young Ones. I have shown my bottom on telly. It was in a play years ago called. Oh God, I can't remember what it's called. But I did show my bottom. And I went to a party that Jennifer Saunders and Dawn French had. And they got the little bit where I went into the shower and you saw my bottom. And they had this, somehow they fixed the video so my bottom was going in and out of the shower. On these screens for the whole party.
So why did you call this new series Bottom? It's
called Bottom because that's a stupid name. And also because Ade and I, it's about 2 guys living on the bottom of the heap. And basically, it's back to the old stuff we haven't written together for a long time. And it's back to the old just fighting jokes. And it's kind of like The Young Ones, but it's only the 2 of us.
Do you think we should have a look?
Have you got one?
I certainly have.
Let's have a look at your bottom.
Blast these underpants. I've been soaking them for hours and I still can't get them off. You know I've only got 1 pair of pants.
Yeah.
Well, the elastic went, so I had to glue them on.
Have you tried Swarfiga?
Get out of it, mate. This is Eterno gum. Nothing will shift this. I've been sitting in a bowl of petrol for the last 2 hours. I tell you, I'm a walking time bomb, I am. 1 curry and I'll blow. And I'll take Arthur Street with me as well.
Oh, don't you worry, Richie. Within the hour, some pheromone-crazed love goddess will be ripping them off with her teeth.
Do you really think so?
No doubt about it.
Oh, God. I wonder what you'll find down there. I've had them on for 3 weeks.
You missed the best bit of that clip as well.
Oh, not again.
It's the bit right afterwards where I go, oh, nose hair, give me the tweezers. And he says, we haven't got any tweezers. And I say, well, get some pliers then. And he gets the pliers, and then we destroy the whole bathroom. He grabs hold of my nose and just swings me around and smashes the wall. And it turned into a big fight in the best kind of Young Ones tradition.
But in a way, like, for example, with The New Statesman, I thought that you had moved on to a different level of humour. Do you not think, in a way, this is a backward step, going back to the Young Ones type?
No, it's a progression within that direction, if you see what I mean. Ade and I have worked together for what, 76, 15 years. And it's a development. We're a double act that will stay together forever.
I think you two are married, actually.
Yes, some of the things he gets up to. And it's just a progression for us. It's also a long time since we've written it, since the Dangerous Brothers, since we've written anything together. I'm very happy with that. I've only actually seen 2, but obviously I was there for the recording.
You're sort of biased.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the way they went down.
I have to say, I love Alan Bastard, and I often think it must be marvellous to be able to hide behind a character like that, say all the nasty things you want to say.
Yes. I mean, Alan was kind of my creation with Lawrence Marks and Maurice Graham. It was just my... So in that sense, because I normally have something to do with the writing of anything I do, which I didn't so much on The Statesman, but we did invent it together. But, I mean, we've done 3 series of that now. It's gone very well. But the last time we did it, I nearly said bloody then. The last time we did it was... we just finished all the scripts, just finished them. And we recorded one, and Thatcher resigned. So all the scripts were out of date overnight. Like, cow! I mean, none of us are particularly conservative orientated, but we were all going, oh no, she's resigned! Come back, Mags!
Has Alan got used to John Major yet?
Well, that was the problem we had, you see. I mean, luckily, I got so happy that night that I fell downstairs and dislocated my shoulder. It's true, I was dancing on the stairs and I fell down. And so I was out of action for 3 weeks, which was really lucky because we were able to rewrite. So then we thought, great, OK, who's the Prime Minister? John Major. Who the is he? Who is he? What does he do? What's he like? So he's a kind of grey guy, you know? Nobody knows anything about him. And they had such trouble. They found one good joke, which, because, you know, his parents used to be in the circus, and they said he's the only child in history. I'm not saying he's boring, but he's the only child in history to run away from the circus to join a firm of accountants. It's quite good.
But I mean, is it
now
like...
we know him deeply. We know he goes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes.
Is it likely we might see Alan, you know, at Lord's with John, do you think? Or at the opera with Norma? What do you think?
It would be good, but I mean, we're not going to take the risk again and write a load of scripts until he tells me, until he phones me when the election's going to be, tells me what the result he's decided on is going to be.
I agree with you. I would just stick to that policy.
Commit to the typewriter, you know.
I would. I'd stick to that if I were you. Listen, you mentioned Waiting for Godot with Aid with your husband again.
With my husband, yes.
Yes. That's not the first time, in fact, that you performed it, because weren't you 8 or something when you did a production with your father?
Yeah, my dad directed it when I was little. Hello, Dad. Hello, Dad. And I did it again at school, and we did it a couple of times at university. I've never played Vladimir before, but it's a very good lineup. There's me, and there's Aid playing Estragon and Vladimir. Then there's Chris Ryan playing Lucky, Phil Jackson playing Pozzo, Derek Jarman's designing it, and Les Blair's directing it.
Are you sure you've mentioned all of them now?
Yeah, there's Sam Beckett, obviously wrote the gags, you know. But it's a pretty good lineup. That's why I'm so brain dead, because it's just a really complicated, it's a very funny play, but it's really complicated to learn. So I've been with Aid all afternoon trying to learn.
Well, it's a great period for you. You've got your new film, you've got the new teleseries, and going into the West End. Now, would you like to say goodnight as Rik, or as Alan Bastard, or Fred, or who? Which camera am I on? You? Hello. See you later, matey. Right. Goodbye from me. And... Shall I? I don't get complaints, Gloria. Put it on my sleeve, that's okay. No. Oh, no. Rik, it's been tremendous fun having you on the programme. Thank you very much. It was really good. Rik Mayall. Thank you. That was lovely, thank you very much. I do hope you'll join me on Wednesday. I'm not exactly sure who's going to be turning up, because his friend of mine, Lenny Henry's going to be here, and you know what that means. But there'll also be terrific music from Simply Red. And if you've enjoyed tonight's programme, my name is Gloria Hunniford, and if you haven't, then it's Esther Ransom. Good night.